Hello and welcome to the PPW results show for our special live event, Watch What You Pray For. We just experienced one of the craziest, most shocking nights in the history of PPW tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see this action live and in living color, you got to come out to Woodstock, but this was one of those shows you should have made the trip for. You can make up for it. Go next week, right? Maybe next week will be even crazier than this week, although I do doubt it. But this action is something you got to see live. Don't forget to also give us a shout at our new website, ppwlive.com. You can find everything there. You can find a back catalog of matches from recent events as well as the good old days of Premier Pro Wrestling. You can go follow us on all social media, Facebook, X. I usually only call it Twitter because I can't keep up with all you kids and your new fangled names and whatnot. But X, Twitter, Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on the Rumble app, and of course ppwlive.com. Go there for Friday Effin' Frenzy and results shows like this one. There was so much action in this show today. I mean, this was truly an experience. I'm going to have to run through this because we had so many matches with so many results that need to be mentioned. And the show started off with a Charlie on Charlie violence. Sweet Charlie Marcone taking on Charlie Hustle, the new and improved Charlie Hustle. And so for Charlie Marcone, he's looking to make a name for himself against one of the members of the Science class, the stable, the faction led by Marcus the Science Smith. This one was a back and forth affair. Sweet Charlie used his athleticism and his speed and his agility to get an upper hand in some spots, but the bigger, stronger competitor, Charlie Hustle, came out on top in this one. A back-and-forth match, Sweet Charlie really making a name for himself, but when you have a competitor as dominant as the new and improved Charlie Hustle has been recently, it's going to be tough for somebody like Sweet Charlie to get the win, and this time that was not to be, as Charlie Hustle did pick up the victory in singles action. Our next match of the night was a singles match as well. It was Dayton Perilli versus Chris Don't Call Me Private Area. And, well, we're just talking about the Science class. I got a little more news about them. This match was going just fine. Some action, both guys getting some offense in. And then the Science class hits the ring. They went in. They took out the two competitors, setting up a tag team match where they got to choose whatever two competitors they wanted to take on the tag team of Dayton Perilli and Chris Area. In this situation, it was Marcus Smith, the leader of the group, leading by example, jumping in the ring with Charlie Hustle. And this one was a little bit quicker action. You know, both sides got some action in, but ultimately the Science class does come out victorious. Charlie Hustle and Marcus the Science Smith with W's and that tag team affair. It was non-title action in our next bout as the Challenge Pro champion Jay Leone took on the number one contender for the PPW Heavyweight Championship, El Guerrero Jose Acosta. This was a back and forth match. Jose really had the upper hand for most of this match. Jay, getting his moves in, but Jose, a veteran, somebody who commands the ring, he took up a lot of time wearing down Jay Leone, only for a roll-up victory, and Jay Leone with another win over Jose Acosta. This is 2 in 2 singles matches over the past month or so here at PPW. So Jay Leone with a huge win, taking down a 7-time PPW heavyweight champion. It was one of those matches that you had to see to believe. It was a 10-minute time limit, but they went almost all 10 minutes before Jay snuck a victory. He's on definitely a hot streak right now. Somebody look out for. He's got gold around his waist right now. Could there be more in the future? You'll have to wait and see. Come out to Woodstock and see with all of us. That led us to Marcus the Science Smith getting back into the ring, this time taking on Sensei. was at his highest point in this one. He was dominant. Marcus Smith definitely had some opportunities, but Sensei really was on top of this one. Marcus Smith, you got to give him a lot of credit because he told the rest of the science class that this was personal. It was just going to be him going out to the ring to take on Sensei. Sensei does win with the axe kick at the end. He gets the victory, giving himself a nice little boost moving forward. Our next match was a championship match. This one, the King of the Iron Man. It was Rockstar Rosie, 30 minutes against badass Brandon Campbell. And this one was fast and furious at the beginning. It slowed down. It picked up at the end. The first fall went to Brandon Campbell, who got a pinfall. Rockstar Rosie followed up quickly, and that was around the 6 or 7 minute mark. Ladies and gentlemen, we didn't see another pinfall or submission until the very end. Rockstar Rosie did get a second pinfall. He eventually let the clock run out and was able to win. He wins 2-1. He continues his run as the King of the Iron Man. And he will continue moving forward with that. But this was a great match. All 30 minutes were action-packed. A lot of near falls. Brandon Campbell, at least 2 or 3 times, definitely thought that he had gotten a fall thought he had gotten a fall that he was hoping would lead to him being able to take on this championship that he lost just a few months ago, but Rockstar Rosie holds on to it. He had a massive sliced bread from the top rope at the end of the match that helped him supply the victory and continue his reign at the top of the King of the Iron Man division. After our intermission, we had a singles match between Jesse Danger and Mickey Sin. Mickey Sin's been taking up a lot of people recently. He's been on a tear, getting big matches against big-name competitors. Jesse Danger, of course, one of the all-time greats in PPW, one of the best workers in the world. But this was one of those matches where Mickey Sin had a plan. He executed it really well throughout the 10-minute time limit singles match. Unfortunately for Mickey Sin, after dominating most of the match, a very physical affair, he was the one with his shoulders on the mat. He gets covered for a 3 count, and it was Jesse Danger picking up a victory over Mickey Sin tonight. Mickey, of course, not happy with the result, but the rest of the science class, I'm sure, will be happy to boost him back up for their continued shenanigans moving forward. And this brought us to our main event. This was one of the biggest matches in the history of PPW. I'll say it, the biggest match in the history of PPW, and there were shenanigans afoot in this one for sure. So as we get started, it's Humek and Matt Vine, the PPW champion, and Matty Ice, the Reality of Wrestling heavyweight champion. It was belt for belt. One man walks out as the champion of both promotions, and we didn't even get to see this match, unfortunately. Sensei, the number one contender, walked out and in so few words said, listen, man, you're not the number one contender for the PPW belt. I'm the number one contender. I deserve to be in this match. Matty Ice said, bring the man in. We know the history between these two. This was a match, triple threat now. Winner gets 2 belts. Until, and I said they were afoot, those shenanigans come back in again because Jose Acosta comes out. Those two, Jose Acosta and Matty Ice, attack both Sensei and Humek, knock them both out. That led Rockin' Randy to jump in and declare that there would be a tag team match. And how this tag match would go is double jeopardy. That means that whichever side wins both belts. So with Humek and Sensei, if they would have won, Sensei would become the Reality of Wrestling heavyweight champion. However, if Matty Ice and Jose Acosta win, Jose becomes the PPW champion. Meanwhile, the 2 champions in those situations would retain their belts. This match was off the charts. I mean, these were 4 guys. There's so much history between these 4 competitors. You have Matty Ice and Sensei going back and forth for weeks. Jose Acosta, number one contender in the past for Humex Championship. He couldn't beat the Aztec Monster. We saw disqualifications and craziness all over the place when those two went at it. And Sem and Jose just last week locked horns to decide number one contendership. And this week, you add Matty Ice onto Jose Acosta's side. Those two did prove in the end to be too much for Humex and for Sensei. It was Jose Acosta who tagged himself in. There was Matty Ice hit a devastating move on Sensei, and Jose Acosta snuck in, got himself the 1-2-3. He becomes the new Premier Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion. Matty Ice retains his belt. Humex loses the PPW gold he's worked so hard for. Without being pinned or submitted, it was Sensei who took the loss in this match. And now we have a new PPW champion. My goodness, what a crazy way for, of all people, El Guerrero Jose Acosta to get back to the top of the heap. He is your new PPW heavyweight champion. And that did it for Watch What You Pray For, this month's live special show. And that'll do it for this result show as well. Don't forget, give us some love on social media and on our new website, ppwlive.com. Come out to Woodstock to see the new champion, El Guerrero Jose Acosta, take on all comers to his crown in the coming weeks. I'm Dirty Dave. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.